Just a few days ago, we watched a video from the stereo ahead H12 camera that not only captured Comet Leonard, aka the Christmas comet, but you also see Venus and Earth in this shot. And this is usually a normal day at the office, so to say. But we were lucky enough to capture something much more rare. And I'm sure at this point, a lot of you have seen this video now. It's making its rounds on the internet, and that's putting it lightly. But with all great mysteries, it's hard to come to a conclusion or an answer without drawing many more questions first. And fortunately and unfortunately, that's the situation we're in now. My friends, I want to thank Third Phase of Moon for submitting some pretty interesting information that may or may not answer this question, but at the very least, it's really going to make people want to know what is going on in the skies above our heads, specifically in space between Earth and Venus, because this is not something you see every day. My friends, I'm going to break down this and the new information and see if we can make some sense of all this. We're going to do it right here, right now. Let's go. My friends, welcome back. It is January 3rd, 2022, 8:57 p.m. And just a quick recap on what you're looking at here. This is the stereo ahead camera. It's one of the cameras that is out in orbit in space that films different things, specifically the interaction that Earth has with other planets, other things. You can see Venus in this video. That is because this time of year we are closest to Venus. And of course we have Comet Leonard, or the Christmas comet, flying into the scene. That's rare enough. And then of course we have, by definition, our unidentified object that flies in from behind Earth and then looks to release this giant force field. And you'll see that in just a second as that object crosses Earth, and that flash. Now you can see that parachute, that force field, whatever this thing is. It looks absolutely incredible, and that is what we are trying to figure out. What is it that came in from behind the Earth and then extended this barrier or force field, whatever it may be? It may not be any of those things, but nonetheless, this is some incredible footage. Now, I want to bring in some information, and I was given permission to use by Third Phase of Moon. They discovered these documents and what seems like a patent for some sort of sun simulator. Now, before you do the forehead slap, I want to be clear that we don't have an exact answer for what this could be, hence the more questions than answers part, but it's safe to say it doesn't take a trained eye to see that we may be onto something here. Now again, we're not saying that this is absolutely a sun simulator, but what we are saying is that we've had plenty of times in history, specifically this patent you're looking at is from the 1960s, for different technologies that did have the idea of putting a sun simulator into space. Now in my opinion, if you can develop technology to put a sun simulator in space, you're certainly going to be able to have the technology to put other things using that technology in space. Not to mention, we're talking 60 years ago that this was being talked about, so just imagine what's been accomplished since then. And I don't think I really need to stress the fact that these two objects look eerily similar in design and then what we see in the stereo video. Now you're going to see a few frames come across your screen that Third Phase of Moon gave me permission to use, and these documents range from the 1960s through the 70s, all on different illumination systems. And in the time I've had to research some of this, it goes back to a company that specialized and basically had a monopoly on eyeglass lenses. That will be for a whole nother video. Very in-depth stuff we're dealing with here. But nonetheless, it is way too of a coincidence that these two objects look the way they do. One of them was seen in space on our stereo cams in present day. And then thanks to researchers like Third Phase of Moon, Goofon, Alien Addict, all those great channels out there, we now have the ability to see these documents and get an idea of what's been on the table as far as technology and different ideas they had as far back as 60 years ago. My friends, there is a lot more to dig into on this. I want to leave you guys with this information first. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think about this. Maybe even some of you have some knowledge in that sun simulator type technology or anything similar to it. As I said before, we may be raising more questions than answers, but this is part of the process, and I'm definitely happy to be a part of it. I want want to thank Third Phase of Moon one more time for allowing me to present this stuff to you guys. And I gotta say, this is some crazy stuff. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Shout out to Canada. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.